Computations with fractions, and we were adding and subtracting fractions. Today we're doing some more of that. The only difference is that we're also going to have some mixed numerals in our questions as well. So, the top dot point there. Fractions can be simplified using addition and subtraction only if they are like fractions. We had that same dot point last lesson because it's very important to remember we can only add and subtract if they have the same denominator. Now the second dot point says a fail-safe method. There are other methods that can be done, and I know some of you really like doing the shortcuts and you really like doing the stuff in your head, but a fail-safe method that is always going to work for these questions that have mixed numerals is to convert them into improper fractions right from the start. Okay, so if we always convert them into improper fractions, it works for every type of question and it reduces the chances of you making a silly mistake, I hope. Okay, so the first two examples don't have mixed numerals in them. They are a practice run of what we did last lesson. So let's remember what we did. The first thing you do is you times the 2 with the 5, which is 10. Thank you. Yep. Okay, so 10 on the bottom. Then, to work out what goes on top, you multiply diagonally. Starting with the top left-hand side, we go 1 times 5 is 5, plus, then multiply the other way. 3 times 2 is 6. Okay, I want to see that working out, please. Then all you need to do is add the top two numbers together. 5 plus 6 is 11 over 10. Okay, let's do that. Well, actually, no, before I finish that is an improper fraction. So I can change that into a mixed numeral. There would be one lot of 10 in that 11 with the remainder of 1 out of 10. Let's do it again for question 2, which is a subtraction. Same process. Times the 7 with 2, which gives 14. Times diagonally. 5 times 2 is 10. This time it's a minus sign in between. And 1 times 7 is 7. Subtract the top numbers. 10 take away 7 is 3 over 14. Okay, that was yesterday's stuff. So hopefully everyone's starting to feel fairly confident with that, because today we have the extra step. Question 3 onwards, we have mixed numerals. So first thing you should always do is turn those into improper fractions first. Now remember that can be done on your calculator. All you have to do is use the 3 boxes, type it in and press equals, and it will change it into an improper fraction for you. But we can do it without as well. All I need to do, I keep the 3 that's on the bottom stays on the bottom. I times the 3 by the 3 at the front. I times those, which gives me 9. And I add the 2 on top. So 9 plus 2 makes 11. Then I want to do the same thing for the second fraction. Start with the denominator because it doesn't change. It's the easy part. The 3 on the bottom stays on the bottom. Times 3 times 4 is 12, and plus the 2 makes 14. Okay, now those two fractions already have the same denominator. So I don't need to times them together again. Because they have the same denominator, all I have to do is add the top numbers. 11 plus 14 is 25 over 3. Now, because that is an improper fraction, I now want to change that back into a mixed numeral. 25 divided by 3, well, 24 divides by 3 8 times, and it would be a remainder of 1, so it's 8 and 1/3. Okay, that was the easy one because the denominators were already the same. Yes?
When you do this, do you have to show the working out to make it an improper fraction?
just like what I have done. So no, oh, the little arrows and things? No, you don't have to draw all those on there, no. So just, I've deleted that part, so just this part here is what I'm expecting to see. Okay, question 4. Let's do it again. First of all, change them into improper fractions. For the first one, the 2 on the bottom stays on the bottom. I times 2 by 2 is 4, plus the 1 on top makes 5 for the top number. Then I have a plus sign. Let's do the second one. There's a 3 on the bottom, so leave it there. 3 times 1 is 3, plus an extra 1 makes 4. Okay, now this one has different denominators. So now I need to do my method where I times those bottom numbers together. So 2 times 3 is 6. Timesing diagonally, 5 times 3 is 15. Plus 4 times 2 is 8. Am I losing anyone? Everyone following what I'm doing? Yeah. Good. Then just add those top numbers together. 15 plus 8 is 23 over 6. Now, I want to turn it into a mixed numeral. Got to put it back. So, thinking of my 6 times tables, 6 fours is 24, that's too big, so I'm going to have to go 6 times 3 is 18. So that means that can divide 3 times, and from 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, I have a remainder of 5. So 5 is the remainder over 6. You can use your calculator to help you get from there to there. Okay, I'm not wanting to see any working out from there to there, so if you need to use your calculator, then please do. You can also, big tip, while you need to show the working out for these, when it comes to checking your answers in a test, there is nothing wrong with the second time through, once you've done all your answers the first time properly, coming back to your test and going, all right, let's just type that in exactly as it is, using the 3 boxes for each one of these, type it in and see if you get the same answer. Okay, it's a very good way of checking to find any silly mistakes along the way. All right, so please take advantage of that. All right, let's go again. Question 6, we want to subtract. So let's first of all change them into improper fractions. So the first one, there's a 2 on the bottom. Leave it there. 2 times 3 is 6, plus the 1 is 7. Yes, Daniel?
Why don't I get the question for...
Which part of it? All of it?
Yeah.
I'm going to do it again, because it's the same process for this one. Let's see if this one makes sense, okay? And I'll come back to it if we're still having trouble later, okay? So let's turn the second one into an improper fraction. It has a 5 on the bottom, so keep the 5 on the bottom. To work out the top number, you're going 5 times 1 is 5, plus 3 is 8. Okay, the next step is to get the common denominator. At the moment, I have a 2 and a 5. They're different. So I times them together. 2 times 5 is 10. To work out the numbers that have to go on the top, I'm timesing diagonally. I do 7 times 5, which gives me 35 for the first number, minus, and then I times the other way. I go 8 times 2, which is 16. Then subtract. 35 take away 16 is 19 over 10. It's an improper fraction, so turn it into a mixed numeral. 19 divides by 10, it goes exactly once, and there'd be a remainder of 9 out of 10. Is it getting easier the more we do? Good. One more. Number 7, make them into improper fractions. So 2 on the bottom stays on the bottom. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 makes 5. Minus. Now the second one, there's a 3 on the bottom. Keep it there. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5. Okay, the denominators are different. So I times them together. 2 times 3 is 6. Then I times diagonally. 5 times 3 is 15, minus 5 times 2 is 10. Subtracting the top, 5 take away 10 is 5 over 6. That is a proper fraction, meaning that the top number is already smaller than the bottom, so we can't change that into a mixed numeral, and it's already finished. Okay, so let's go to